SMU football got good news last weekend when the Mustangs landed Kamron Cullins from the state of Georgia. He's a defensive lineman from North Cobb High School and somebody that I got a chance to lay eyes on as he was at SMU football practice last week before announcing his commitment, and checks the box size, length. He's about 6'2", 270. He's got really long arms, and he tested very well at the Under Armour Atlanta camp that was held earlier this year, and that's really a piece of this too. And Calvin Thibodeau and Scott Simons really liked him from his production and size standpoint, and so that's why they went ahead and pressed for him and took his commitment. He's got one other Power 5 offer from Maryland, but a bunch of offers from programs around the country in the FBS ranks. And I do think that he'll add some other offers. I know Louisiana Tech jumped into the mix with him just after his commitment to SMU. I think he's got the athletic traits that you want from a defensive lineman. And so for SMU to get him on board when they did was important for them because they need to stock up on defensive linemen. We know that. And Scott Simons, Calvin Thibodeau, the whole defensive staff is working on that in a big way, as SMU will once again need to retool that defensive line. And it was important to get that ball rolling. And so they've got some other big targets out there. They've got some guys coming in for official visits at some point, which we'll cover. But they do get defensive line commit number 1 in Cam Cullins. And I spoke with him, and he and his dad were very, very excited about SMU and getting this opportunity to come to Dallas from Atlanta. And I think I could say this, talking with some SMU coaches, they were pretty clear about how they felt about expanding their recruiting network for SMU into the Atlanta area, into South Florida, with those areas that are relatively accessible by airplane to get to Dallas. They can recruit Louisiana a little bit more. They have a bigger regional footprint, and even they've kind of gone up in Nashville a little bit. Places where when you're a power program, you can attract talent to maybe leave their home state or leave their close by area because you can get to a Dallas pretty easily on a plane, or you can be able to say, hey, we're going to play a game or two close by during your career, maybe every year, every other year, so that your family and friends can make that trek to see you play. And in SMU's case, they'll eventually play Georgia Tech, for example, in Atlanta. And so Cam Cullins will be on campus with an opportunity to do that. At least I haven't looked down the line in the 7-year schedule, but I'm pretty sure he will be able to do that. So those are the benefits of having this Power 5 moniker next to SMU's name now as they continue to dive into recruiting. And so I'm intrigued to see where this goes. Do they pick up more guys from Georgia now that Cam Cullins is at least jumped on board? Do we see them be able to find those national guys that are the right fits at SMU and get them committed for the class of 2025? The odds are they're going to do what they've done, which is sign a majority of their high school prospects from the state of Texas, in particular from Dallas. But Cam Cullins, especially when you're a defensive lineman, and it is hard to find defensive linemen from the high school ranks, you've almost got to just keep shooting your shot at different guys that you feel like have the length, size, and athleticism to play and contribute. And SMU felt that way about Cam Cullins with his commitment and visit. So he's really excited to be a Mustang, and you can catch our story on theponyexpress.com. We'll have more breakdown of him. He is a prospect that kind of has flown under the radar well enough where he isn't ranked yet, but he will be ranked by us at some point here soon, and we'll get the breakdown from our rankings team on what they see, where they project him, and things like that. But he does have the length that you want. He's got the athleticism checked as well. So newest SMU commit is Cam Cullins. SMU does rank in the top 25 classes of 2025 still with that commitment as well.